Well, early today, hundreds of Liberians turned up at polling centers to vote for their new president. Only a few were at some centers ahead of the opening of polls at 8 a.m. Ghana for years has housed Liberian refugees at the Budumburam camp in the central region. So Maxwell Agbagba met some men at a drinking spot monitoring the Liberian elections, and they say infrastructure, power, unemployment and corruption are the likely determinants of the elections for them.
14 years, there was no peace. Our system broke down. Right now, the peace we have in Liberia is a fragile peace. I can't call that peace because we still have unmail in the country. We don't even have our full national security to take over our country. We still have a long way to go. So I won't profess Joyria because in the first place, he affiliated himself with a former criminal, our former president Charles Taylor, which is currently in jail right now. How can you take a person who tempted with war, a warlord, and make his wife to be your second in command? How would other people see it when you come to power? How would they think? Will they work with you? No, they will never work with you. Because
so you think Judge Oponwia made a mistake in his running mates?
Yes.
Are you saying that?
Yes. I can say he made a great mistake. That's why he lost the election.
But Charles Taylor is still in prison. I mean, he's going to be there for 50 years. He has already spent 5 years. I mean, he's going to be there 45 years. We are told that even from prison, authorities are monitoring to make sure that he does not, wield any influence in the, in the elections. So that shouldn't be a fear.
He has an influence on the election. As I'm talking to you right now, just go January. Taylor communicated with Liberia, and he and George were open talk. I listened on BBC. Now they say he admitted that he talked to Taylor. Why are you talking to a common criminal who is condemned? Why are you talking to him? We have a crucial election. This election will determine our peace. Other than that, we kept a step back to take again. And we don't want to waste our 10 years. We are 10, 11 years. We are getting older. I came out very young, but look at me now. Because of what? No stability in my country that was keeping me on this camp. I opted for our local immigration. But George, we are taking Joe Howard Taylor. He lose the election. Market today, I'm telling you.
You think he will lose it?
He lose the election already.
One of the main issues is corruption. A lack of good health care, lack of good education system. All these that are just highlighted have collapsed long time. So we need somebody that will come and put this thing in place. That's one of the main challenges here.
But I remember when Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf was elected, she actually said, in fact, let me just quote what she said. She said to make corruption, a public enemy. Are you not satisfied with what she's been able to do? Although, I mean, some people are raising concerns that she has about, 3 of his own children in her government.
No, we come to that statement that Ellen made that she's going to make corruption a public enemy. She did little when it comes to corruption in Liberia. Corruption today has become the public friend in Liberia.
Not an enemy.
Not an enemy, has become a public friend. In every sector, there's corruption. So for that era, she did very little. So we need someone that will come and do more to minimize corruption. It may not even do away with it, but at least you minimize it. But Ellen was not able to do that.
You talk about healthcare also. What's it like in Liberia? What exactly about healthcare? Are you talking about comprehensive insurance, for the citizens? What exactly are you talking about?
Yeah, that is one. And another one there too is we'll even lack ambulances. The Ebola exposed our healthcare sector that we were very weak in that era. People have to donate their own cars for assistance during the Ebola crisis. So during the Ebola crisis, it really exposed our health sector.
Yeah, one very key important issue I would say is peace. Okay. No matter what, Liberia wants peace. We want a very free and fair election. It doesn't matter who you are voting for. Our individual differences, at the end of the day, is going to be put aside. Liberia should come out as our first priority. So,
how serious is corruption? In Liberia, I know you told me you've been back and forth. You go and then you come back. You think it's really a big issue that would determine who wins the election?
Yeah, definitely.
And you think out of the 20, presidential candidates that you have, I mean, who would you say, has demonstrated a commitment to tackle corruption head on?
Thank you very much. With the issue of corruption, if I want to pick and hand-pick out, I will be going to the ruling party because they have been the one twisting and turning our wealth anyhow. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm down with CDC. That's the George Openwea's party.
You think the 14-year, civil unrest in Liberia would have, any role to play in today's elections?
Well, I would say yes, in the sense that my people back home will look at, the struggle and all the things that we passed through from the 14 years of civil war, and they will go out in numbers today to vote, for a peaceful election. So looking at what we faced all those years, this is the time we should all stand and, pray and hope for a better Liberia.
I've been speaking to a lot of people here in this community. They tell me that some of the things that they think would determine the outcome of today's election would be corruption, unemployment, they think infrastructure, power, and all. I mean, they mention a tall list of things that they think would impact the elections. What do you think would, determine the outcome?
The outcome of the elections in Liberia will be determined by the legacy each and every candidate has laid over the years. And one major thing is Liberians will gather today that I know for sure. It will be gathering to vote for a continuity in the level of progress the country has made over the years and the ambition we have as a country looking at the gains we've made. There have been challenges, there have been some factors that have hindered the national progress, but issue of corruption, other things, is not something that can be blamed wholly on the government as a whole. Every Liberian has a part to play. We've been corrupt to ourselves. For that reason, we've been corrupt to the country. So if you look at national government want to blame corruption on Unity Party, what about other political parties who had lawmakers who were corrupt over the time? So they are part of the government. So